Confined space means any place, including any silo, pit, trench, sewer, pipe, or well, or other similar space in which by virtue of its enclosed nature there arises a reasonably foreseeable specified risk. So what are the reasonably foreseeable specified risks? Serious injury through fire or explosion. A loss of consciousness or asphyxiation due to the presence of gas, fumes, vapours, or a lack of oxygen. Drowning in an increase in the level of liquid. Asphyxiation due to engulfment in a free-flowing solid. That's to say, a single-sized granular material that has an ability to flow like a liquid, much like the malt contained in this silo. Or entrapment in that free-flowing solid to take away our ability to escape to a place of safety. Basically, these specified risks will take away your ability to safely leave the area should they be present. That is to say that you will be confined to that space. Using this definition in the workplace allows us to determine if we have any confined spaces. Here are some examples of confined spaces. Tank, pit, vat, dike areas, tunnels, boilers, silos, equipment housings. The list in reality is endless, and each must be treated upon its own merits. Hence the need to control a confined space entry. We must also consider the possibility of creating a confined space due to our work activity. For example, using an internal combustion engine in an enclosed space. So, what are the main characteristics of confined spaces? They may be enclosed or partially enclosed spaces. They may be above ground or below ground. They may be any shape or any size. Access and egress may be restricted. There may be poor ventilation or indeed no ventilation. There may be strong possibilities of hazardous gases, vapours, mists, fumes or dust being present. There may be oxygen enrichment or oxygen deficiency. The spaces may be hot, humid, cold or dark. Normal industrial hazards may be intensified. Mechanical, electrical or radiation hazards may be present. Fire protection flooding systems may be installed. People often do not recognise a confined space when they see one, and do not know that confined spaces are dangerous. They think that if it looks safe, it is safe. However, the atmosphere in confined spaces can be deadly due to toxic gases or a lack of oxygen. Most toxic gases, as with oxygen, cannot be seen, smelled or tasted. They forget that a hazard may occur after they have entered the confined space. If there is a problem and someone needs help, it is human nature to try to help. However, well-meaning rescuers often die along with the person they are trying to help because they are untrained or not equipped. Let's be clear, confined spaces are dangerous places. More often than not, fatalities and serious harm occur when people failing to recognise a confined space. Some will be signed, but others may not. If the confined space could have an abnormal atmosphere, or if there is an environment that could injure or trap you, take precautions. Trusting their senses. The only way to find out whether the atmosphere in a confined space is safe is to test it. Your test equipment must be calibrated, in good working order and used correctly. Underestimating the dangers, evaluate which precautions are necessary, then take them. Look for any hazards present, or which may develop, and make sure you know how to stop them becoming a problem. Failing to stay alert. Make sure the atmosphere is not changing when you are in the confined space. Monitor and test continuously. And even by people who try to rescue someone without the proper training or know-how. Never go into a confined space without appropriate rescue personnel and equipment, and never enter a space to attempt a rescue on your own. You must have an attendant or standby person whose job is to watch you and ensure your safety. Use the correct procedures and stay alive. So, when things go wrong, what excuse would you die for?
It'll only take a minute. We've been doing it this way for years. It seemed the best way at the time. It seemed safe enough. I was in a hurry. I was only doing a favour. It was an emergency. It'll never happen to me.
When it comes to loss of life, serious harm, or even if you manage a lucky escape, no excuse is worth it, is it? Any of these excuses could get you killed.